So what will happen here is, here's the YouTube channel. Everything and anything I'm gonna do every week, and whenever I'm taking the session is gonna be uploaded right away. After this class, I'm gonna upload the recording here so that you could go back and watch. I recommend don't worry about going back and watching. As long as you have all the documents here, you could practice on your own, okay? But just in case if you need the recording, it's gonna be on YouTube. And anybody and everybody could access this from anywhere. Just keep this website handy and then you will have all the information for you, okay? All right, so we are good with questions, we are good with putty. So everybody's logged in. Let me see somebody else logged in here, right? Okay. All right, so let's talk about Linux here a little bit. Why we are using Linux? If a computer is not a Windows, then it's Linux here, okay? So everybody knows they are using Windows from Microsoft, but nobody knows about Linux. So who is using Linux? All these big companies here: Apple, Google, Twitter, any big company you know of, NASA, okay? NASA is using Linux because they're launching rockets in the space. It's not going to be easy to launch a rocket using Windows, okay? And where is Linux? In your smart Apple watches, phones, game console, self-driving cars, it's running Linux on it, okay? You see at the traffic sign, traffic control, traffic stoplight, is running on Linux. Nuclear projects is running on Linux. Bullet trains, nuclear missiles, weapons, networking, cars, robotics, you name it, it's all Linux here. It's all hidden. The router you have in your home is running Linux on it, okay? So there are a lot of applications of how Linux is working, but we're not worried about that. So the only thing we are worried about is learn good amount of Linux and try to get a job here. So I could guarantee, if you follow my instructions and everything, let me talk about myself. I've been in IT for 20 years. 10 years I've been in Windows environment. After that, 10 years ago, I switched into Linux environment. So I have a lot of experience going back. So the recent project I worked was a very top of the line company was Apple. And at Apple, they were using nothing but Linux. Which Linux they were using? The one I'm teaching you right now, Red Hat Linux, okay? So it's the most dominating operating system in the world. And if you're doing all this FaceTime and all those things are running on Linux, okay? It's a vast topic, but it all starts here, okay? So I'm going to walk you through the administration. Once you become an administrator, then you could sign up for next class, then you will become an engineer, okay? So once you complete this part here, you should be ready for so day in and day out, this is your terminal here, okay? It's going to be all dark window. Okay, so what you might want to do is, if your text is white, fine, you could leave it that way. I have a lot of eye problems, so I usually like it something bright up here. So what you could do is, if you want to change around settings and make the font a little bit bigger, what you must do is like right here on the top, the window bar, right click there and click on change settings, okay? Very first thing you want to click on is appearance. And if you want the font size bigger, the text you're seeing on the screen, if you want it bigger, you could select it from here. So usually I think 10 is the default or 11 is the default. but I like it much bigger here because I got so much eye problem, so I keep it on 20. Okay, all you have to do is just click apply, and then it should change the font size. And if you want to go change the background, keep the background black, but if you want to change the color of the fonts different, I'm gonna just pause for a moment here. Anybody want to change the font size? Go ahead and do it now. So what you do is right click here on the bar, and then click on change settings, and then click on appearance, and click on change, and you could see change the font size here. Okay, I'm gonna pause for like a good 30 seconds, then I'll move forward. Please speak up, okay? This is the time. If you're gonna be not speaking, who will? Okay, and now, so you click apply, and then it will take effect. If you want to change the color, you go into change settings, and then you click on color, foreground, default foreground. Default foreground means the file of the text. Default bold foreground, I don't want that, so I'm going to click on default foreground. I click modify, and then I think the white one is default, so if you want a different color, you could do that. Normally I put this color here so that I could see better, but if you don't have eye problem, you could see white text on a black background. Whatever your preference is. Okay, so what happens here is once you log in here, after 5 minutes you get disconnected. So if you hit enter, nothing is happening on the screen, right? Because it's a timeout. After 5 minutes it gets disconnected. So what you might want to do is you want to just close this and open it up again. So you know what, actually what I'll do is I'll show you, don't worry about the in here, what I have in here. In fact, let me go into a different computer and I'll show you from there. Give me 1 second here. let me just show it to you here, okay, how to save this, okay? So what you do is, okay, go ahead and close all your putty and then type in the IP address again. Type in the IP address 71.57.95.5. Sheikh, you may not have to do this here, okay? So I already have done it for you. So people who are want to save this, next time you just don't want to change it around all the time, do this here. Put the IP address in there, and then give it the name Linux course, okay? And then save it. So in this here, I have too many in here. Don't worry about it. You would just have only one here. So you just double click on Linux course and it will launch it for you, okay? And all you have to do is put your username and password. Okay, and don't put the username in uppercase here because it's case sensitive. Everybody can see my screen just fine, right? Is it big enough? Or is it too small?
I think if you could make it a little bit bigger, that would be helpful.
Okay. What is it you want to see? You want to see the fonts are good or fonts are smaller?
So on the putty, it's okay, but when I see on the other screen, like the notebook, then it's hard to see like what you're typing or
Okay,
or
yeah,
like
I'm
when you
gonna
were
do it now.
changing. Yeah.
So let me just. You're gonna get this document anyway, so don't worry about that. What else you might want to do is, are you on a full screen in WebEx?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's another thing you need to worry about. So what happens is this thing goes down after 5 minutes here. Good 5 minutes. If you're not able to put enter on your screen, that means you have to close the screen and log back in again, okay? So everybody, let's go ahead and type this clear. Everybody type CLEAR. What will happen is it will clear the screen for you. Okay? So I'm gonna say clear. I'm gonna start typing in here on the left side here. This is the documentation I'm gonna be providing you a little later on. Where is the documentation gonna be? It's gonna be on this website here. After today, it's gonna be on this website. Over here, you will see basic commands, and this is gonna grow throughout the class. Okay. Give me one moment here. Let me get a pad here. 1 minute. In fact, let's take a 5-minute break here, okay? And I'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Class, nobody has any visa problem here, okay? half of the problem is over. In fact, 90% of the problem is over. Okay, so I love this command. Type history, history, and hit enter. What it will show you is, it will show you all the commands you've been typing today. So I type IP, I typed 48 commands. How many commands you have, Sheikh?
5.
Huh?
Just 5.
Okay, good.
Clear, ls1, ls1, and history.
Yeah. In reality, you could go back like thousands of commands. So since we are using it, we're gonna be using this history a lot because it keeps track of what is happening. I mean, it keeps tracks of the commands you used. Even if you put a wrong command, it will keep the track. Displays the history of the input command. Okay. So for the purpose of this thing, I'm just gonna copy like 4 or 5 here and put it in a document. I don't want to. Okay, yeah. Don't worry about the commands I have in here. We'll go through those commands later, but don't worry about it. So I have some commands in here. It will display that. I want to even cut down on them many commands here. So if I want to run a command from the history, if you type history, you have the command, right? I type it wrong. Even if I type the history command wrong, it will capture it. See? I told you a little earlier. I want to run this command here. See, I got disconnected so many times here, but the command is there. So I want to run this command here, ls, right? But sometimes the command could get long. So how do you run the command? From the history, you put the exclamation and the number associated with it, like 40. Anybody has ls-l in their command? So on the screen, where do you find the exclamation? This is the exclamation now. You have to hold the shift key and push 1. So this is the exclamation command. Exclamation key. If I type exclamation and 40, it will run ls command for you, okay? Let's do that. See? It will run that command and it will give you the output also. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to run the command from history, use exclamation and the number, and it will run it for you. And this is the example. it will run it. It will run it for you and um, displays the output also. Okay, everybody got it? Type history in there and whatever the number 5 was. What was the number 5? Okay, hold on, I'm getting a call. Okay, hold on, I'm getting a call here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back here, guys. Somebody called me, so. Okay, so what happens now is, so history is there. Everybody's able to run that, right? Anybody has problem running it? Hello?
No.
What do you mean no? You ran it or was it successful
Yeah,
or
no
not
problem in
successful?
running it.
Huh?
I'm successful, no problem in running it.
Okay, very good. That should be the easy peasy. And now, next thing is the last one for the day is who. Type who, WHO, and hit enter. When you type who, you see all these people are connected right now. So I'm connected like couple times here because I'm connecting from one other place. So we have, you should see the username and ID for all the people who are connected right now. Okay? And it also shows the IP address. See all these IP addresses, these are the locations of the who is connected from where. These are the locations. These are the public IP addresses of you guys.
Why is it showing me multiple times? Actually, everybody more than once.
Yeah, because we've been closing and exiting out, right? So the
Oh,
proper
okay.
way to exit out of this is type exit there. Okay, so before the class
Oh.
is over, so we have right now multiple. I'm not going to put this much information in there. I'm going to get rid of this information here, right? Okay. So who shows the list of people connected to the system? Also shows their IP address. Okay, I'm gonna gray this out here so that it's set as private. Okay. Okay, and the last one is exit. I mean, it's not last for today. Okay, before that, everybody type exit, good old exit, the way it just sounds. It does the graceful termination of the connection. Exit and hit enter, the screen should disappear. Okay.
Is INET 0 the same thing?
Yeah, everybody do the same thing. What do you mean?
No, INIT space 0.
No, don't do that, man. You're gonna shut my computer down. Everybody's gonna. Don't do that.
Okay.
You're on a remote system. You're managing it. You don't have to worry about all that anymore.
Okay, I see that.
Just type exit and then you're done for the day. So I'm gonna stop recording. Actually, I have to tell you something. There was when I took the break, I was supposed to resume the recording, but I forgotten about it. So the recording is only for half hour. So don't worry about it. I didn't teach you too much. Don't worry about the recording either. Just go back in there and just go through these basic commands here. Tomorrow I'm gonna go and show you how to excel in the commands and all that. I'll show you little tricks how the commands work here. So for next half hour, go ahead and log back in and run the same commands again. For the touch command, type like your name and then type 1 and 2 and 3 after that. That way it will create the file with the different names, okay? So everybody please use please use if you have a question, ask the question in the group, okay? Don't ask the question only the personal information. If you don't want to share in the group, just side chat me. But anything related to the course question, if you have, put it in the chat. Then I want somebody to reply. If nobody replies, then I will reply, okay? Sounds good deal. Because what that will happen is it will help everybody to see what the problems are. That way we could feel, that way we are kind of building a team here. Okay, and anybody any question? If no question, then we're gonna stop here, and we'll start again tomorrow, because the first day is gonna be always a problem, right? It's gonna be a little whirlwind, but starting tomorrow, there's maybe some glitches here and there. After that, then we should be running good here. I'm gonna see what the connection problem is. I'm gonna fix that. Okay, no questions means I'm going to disconnect now.
All
And
right.
then
Okay,
we'll catch up tomorrow, same time.
Okay.
Okay.
sounds good.
All right, but anybody who didn't get it, don't be intimidated by this. Just send me the message or send it in the group. And we have Aliyu and a couple other people, Adil. They could help you. If they can, then I will help you, okay? Because we have a support system here. All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
I hope this was a beginning of a very rewarding career, and hopefully we will, inshallah, complete this and get something out of this.
Inshallah.
Okay.
All right, everybody have a good week. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you.